Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth. All week we've been talking about the Beatitudes in Matthew chapter 5. This is the Sermon on the Mount where Jesus is preaching. We're taking each Beatitude one day at a time. We're in Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. It says this: "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." What does that mean? Because it's certainly not weakness, even though meek and weak rhyme. A meekness is a humility, humbleness, choosing to surrender, choosing to say that it's not about me, but it's about serving others and considering others. And Jesus is the ultimate example of meekness. Listen to Philippians chapter 2, verses 6 through 8. It says this: "Who being in very nature God," that's Jesus, "he didn't consider equality with God something to be used to his own advantage." And that is something that Jesus could have done. I mean, this was the King of Kings. And actually, if you look back in the Old Testament, that's what people were looking for, this royal king. And that's not how Jesus chose to come to this earth. Listen to the next verse, verse 7. "Rather, he made himself nothing by taking the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness." Verse 8, "And being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and becoming obedient to death, even death on a cross." See, that's choosing. Jesus chose humility. And the greatest thing is that when we accept Jesus Christ as our personal Savior, we are surrendering ourselves, and we can choose meekness as well. We can choose humility as well. And we understand that this is countercultural. We understand that our culture is all about ourselves. And if you look at social media and you look at it, it's really comparison. It's really like, how can I outdo someone else? How can I show myself in an aspect that's better than actually reality? And that's not living a life of peace and prosperity. See, when you choose to humble ourselves, when we choose to live for Christ, now we look at others the way that he looks at others. And let's choose to do that today. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Let's choose to have peace and prosperity by choosing to be humble. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for the Daily Dose for Spiritual Growth.